Most people are training wrong. They take this long-term thing, which is health and training, you delay gratification, you train now to get the result later, but they do it for short-term reasons. Aesthetics, short-term well-being, etc. It's not necessarily bad, but let me ask you this. If you want something, whether it be having high energy levels or a nice body, wouldn't you rather having it forever? Like if you put so much effort in building the body or getting better health, but you lose it straight after, is it really worth it? I don't think so. And that's what I will teach you today. It's how to think, create goals and an environment where you get what you want, but you keep it forever. I will present to you 3 rules which will allow you to sustain your results as long as possible. Subscribe if you enjoyed this kind of advice. Let's get into it. Rule number 1, and maybe the most important rule, is don't do something if you can't do it forever. This one is quite controversial because when I say that, I think about workout plans, diets, and things like that. Now, here I'm talking about long-term goals. If you want to get healthy, if you want to have a nice body for as long as possible, feel well, and things like that. So let's say you want to lose weight. What I'm saying here is that you're better off losing the weight slower, but adopting a diet that you're able to keep forever. So not just cutting out every carbs or eating only vegetables, but finding foods that you actually like and that are healthy for you and lower calories, so you can keep eating that after losing weight. I don't know if you knew this, but most people gain back the weight after losing it because the way that they lost the weight was unsustainable. And now that they've reached their goal, they can't maintain this regime much longer. So what's very important, if you have goals that you know that you want to keep forever, like losing the weight, is that the way you approach them is that you tell yourself that the new things that you will do, you need to be able to do them forever. So the diet, the exercise plan, that's why, for example, you don't jump from not exercising at all to 5 workouts a week. Because are you sure that you will be able to do 5 workouts a week forever? Imagine this, it's better to work out twice a week for the rest of your life than work out 5 times a week for the next 5 years. Because after these 5 years, your results will just go down. That's why also a lot of older people feel worse and everything, in addition of aging obviously, but they do less and less, and compared to their earlier years, they're just doing less things for the health, and that's why they're feeling worse also. So you're better finding a diet, finding exercise that you can maintain, that you know you can do for the rest of your life, than doing things that are clearly unsustainable. So that's the first rule. When you're trying to reach a goal, you're making your plan, think about, can I do this for the rest of my life? If it's not the case, don't do it, find something else. There is always a way to reach your goals with tools that can stay with you for the rest of your life. Second rule, and this one is a mindset rule, and it's trust the compounding effect, trust time. And that's a very important one, and it comes a little bit in addition of the first rule, which is don't neglect little things. Like, for example, drinking enough water, drinking more than 2 liters every day can seem little. Like, you drink a glass here and there, and at the end of the day, you may be at 3 liters, 2.5 liters, and it doesn't cost you much effort. But over time, the difference between the man that's constantly dehydrated and the one that drinks enough will become bigger and bigger. That's the same for little workouts. Like, as I said in the first rule, you need to do things that you can sustain for the rest of your life. And maybe for some people, it will be working out twice a week, as I said, 30 minutes, body weight exercise. But if you do it until the day you die, this will compound hugely, and every workout will improve yourself a little bit more and a little bit more. And at the end, you will get these very big results from little things that you did that didn't ask you much effort, but that will give you great returns. So don't only look for the big things, don't only think that you need to work out 6 times a week and do a lot of things. You can, of course, if you think that's good, but doing a little, even a walk or something like that, over time, if you keep doing it again and again, it will get you great results. So that's the mindset that you need to have, that's very important, is you need to trust time. You need to stop trying to get the things as fast as possible. Yes, you will be able to get things fast, you will be able to get quick results that will be great, you will feel great. But what's important is that you're able to keep these things that you love, as we said, the body and everything, over time, and not just lose it after all of the efforts you did. So trust time and value the little things you can do on a daily basis or on a weekly basis that will get you healthier and that don't ask you a lot of effort. Don't neglect them. If I had to do a quick list of them, it would be drinking enough water, the little walks you can do now and then, little workouts like body weight, some squats, push-ups and everything, sleeping enough, which doesn't ask a lot of effort, just going in your bed, and caring about your relationship, like writing a message or a letter, or just going the extra mile to express how you feel and what you want, so your relationship can be as good as possible, which will make you healthier over time. And if you do these little things now and then that don't ask you a lot of effort, you will get great results from them, which you won't lose because these little things are so easy to do. Now, third rule is reject hacks and shortcuts. There is very few things that can be labeled as a true hack or shortcut. Most of the things you will see in health and fitness and things like that that's labeled as a hack or shortcut has a downside that is at least as big as the reward. So it's not really a shortcut. Like, let's say I told you you could get as healthy as possible tomorrow without doing anything, but you will lose both of your legs. You wouldn't take it. But that's a little bit what is presented to you today on social media. Like most of the drugs, the supplements, the things like that, either it won't do anything or some of them have very big side effects and you shouldn't do them really unless you have weighted the pros and the cons and you're really okay with what you will lose by trying to get the results faster. So that's the first reason, is that there is rarely such thing as a hack or a shortcut. Second reason is that it impacts your consistency in the most important thing. I've seen that so many times where people try this pill to sleep better or this new supplement or workout regime and they stop doing what they were doing before as consistently. Like they're doing this new workout regime but they don't work out as hard or as consistently. They take this pill to have a better sleep quality and they sleep less. So by trying to take the shortcut, you're cutting out actually a little bit of what's actually getting you results, and that's very bad. And I see it so often, like I've done it too, and I think that a lot of people have done it too. So be careful really if you try something new. Don't put less effort in what you're already doing and what's already getting you some results. Another thing is that it interferes with the long-term mindset, of course. In the rule 1 and 2, we've seen how important it is to think long-term, to trust time, to build habits and goals so you can sustain your results. And valuing these hacks and shortcuts interferes with that. It makes you value speed over sustainability, which is not a good thing. Like you get results fast, but you lose them after. Nice. So by valuing these things, you will care less about maintaining your results because you care about speed. So always be careful with these hacks and things like that because most of them are too good to be true. And honestly, what actually gets you the most results are the things you already know about, at least in health and even in fitness, like being consistent, training harder than last time, the sleep, the nutrition, but basic things like eating enough, eating whole foods, sleeping 7 to 8 hours, reducing stress, having good relationships. Like these are the things that get you the most results. These are the highest leverage things you can do in life. And there is no hacks or shortcuts that will get you better results than them. And it's not worth it to adopt a shortcut or an hack, even if it works, if it makes you less consistent in these more basic and boring things. Anyway, you can tell me in the comments if you disagree or if you think otherwise. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video, it will really mean a lot to me. You can also check the link of my newsletter in the description. It's advice and step-by-step guides on how to improve your health. And if you enjoyed this video, you'll definitely enjoy my newsletter, so go check that out. Thank you so much for staying until the end. I'll see you next time. Stay healthy.